let's talk about decentralized exchanges and the battles going on. And I want to give you a sense of how quickly things change. If you look here in January of this year, so, what is that now? 8 months ago, if you look at these numbers, you see Kyber, the green, 67. Kyber was the biggest one. Synthetics has a big number, but synthetics, I have reasons why I'm not a synthetics fan. So I was like, okay, that's just a weird thing. I'm ignoring it. And I looked at who's the king of decentralized exchanges. Now, Uniswap was always the king, right? And at that point, Kyber was a little bigger that month. But still, I love Uniswap, but there was no way to invest. There was no token for Uniswap. So the biggest one, and it has a token, was Kyber. At the time, Kyber was 20 cents. And I knew the dividend was coming. And the dividend rate was going to be really high with that volume. And, what I was assuming the dividend would be, boy, this thing looked like a winner. That was in January. Okay? Now, you can just see by looking at, look at January compared to now. Right? Now, and look at this. So Uniswap, still the king so now Uniswap, what's this volume here? 13 billion, right? I guess this is a yearly. In January, it was 63 million. So, whatever. However many X up. I mean, it's up, obviously, a ridiculous amount. And so where's Kyber now? Okay, so 380. So Kyber actually up a lot from 67. It had 67 million, went to 300. So volume went up a lot, but it's like you can't even see it now. And I think it's so important with these things to pick the leader. It's not just about size, because at the end of the day, listen, the trading market, the exchanges, it's a multi-trillion-dollar market. And I'm expecting there to be super low margins. It's a volume game. There's going to be a couple big winners. You want to pick the winner. So Kyber has some decent volume, but they're no longer the king. I mean, they look really small here. And not to mention, the price of Kyber went up 500%. So I loved it when it was the king and it was at 20 cents. Now at $1, and honestly, it was at $2 about a month ago when I said, you know what, I'm over this thing. And it's no longer the king. And so, we have this space you need to watch very closely. So then you see something like a curve comes out of nowhere. It's got a pretty big chunk there in second place. And what is curve? But it's like Uniswap, except it has a curve. It has a system that's better for stable coins, for dollar peg token coins. And guess what? The most volume on Ethereum is the dollar peg tokens, and Curve is focusing on that. So maybe it stays around, but for me, I like, Uniswap. This, where would I want to put my money? Right? The biggest, the fastest growing, the oldest, the safest. Did I say biggest? So that's Uniswap. It's a no-brainer that you want to bet on Uniswap. People love picking the underdog, and I get it. I used to do that. It's like, because if you pick the underdog, I mean, loop ring, right? And it's so far behind. But, it's a layer 2. Maybe it comes up and it passes Uniswap someday. If you pick that today, okay, yeah, you're right. You make a lot of money. But it's so much easier to just pick and stay with the winner. And usually winners have advantage. The leader has an advantage. So much easier in investing to find out who's in front, especially when it's sort of not. The only time to be worried about picking the winner is when everybody, your aunt and your, slow cousin and friend who has no money says they want to buy this winner. Then it's probably overvalued. But here we are with Uniswap. Most people haven't heard of it. So, anyways, okay. So, that's just looking at the history. We could look at some other graphs here, looking at weekly volume. And what do we see here? This is just since April. This is such a fast-moving market. And the other thing to watch out, I guess my point was that this is fast moving. So I'm telling you, I love Uniswap today. Who knows what we think tomorrow? I mean, tomorrow might be soon, but literally in 6 months. So when our automated market makers, okay, so Uniswap is what's called an automated market maker, AMM. This means that there's no order book. There's pools of tokens, and the price is set by the price of the tool, and it's all automated. I believe this technology, automated market makers, are going to disrupt the order book in general. In other words, New York Stock Exchange, already Uniswap is bigger, has more volume than Coinbase. Coinbase is valued at $8 billion. Follow me on this math, okay? Uniswap, just one app on Ethereum, does more volume than Coinbase, a business which is going to have an IPO maybe valued at 8 or 10 billion. So what does that mean, Uniswap? And Uniswap, not only is it doing more volume, it's growing faster. It has a future. It has the disruptive technology. So what does that make Uniswap worth? Is it worth more than Coinbase? And I understand. I posted this on Twitter, by the way. Uniswap is bigger than Coinbase, worth $8. And there was a bit of a debate about it. And, to some point, people are like, well, it's not the same, right? You're not comparing apples to apples. Like, just because Uniswap does more volume than Coinbase, does that mean that Uniswap's governance token should be worth more than Coinbase's stock share price, right? Not necessarily, right? It's not comparing apples to apples. I get that. But on the big picture, if you're just talking about value, I mean, Uniswap has a lot of value, and if its value is in its ability to provide an exchange for people to trade and buy tokens, it's providing a lot more value than Coinbase is, right? It's international, it's more open, it has more tokens, it has more volume, it has better prices. I don't know that it has better prices on everything, but so that talks about, so what's the value of this Uniswap token? And that's another question. I guess I'll get to that in a second. But the point here is that I was getting at is we're moving to layer 2 technology, meaning that instead of doing it, when you do a trade on Uniswap, and Uniswap's like the least expensive of all of these because it's very simple, and it might cost $5 for a trade right now, which for Uniswap is expensive, or when it could be $10, right? Whereas on some of these others, it could be 20. One reason Kyber's having a problem, it probably costs $30 or more to do trades these days. And I'm sorry if I'm wrong, and put in the comments below if you have better numbers than me. But I'm just saying, others are more expensive. But when we move to layer 2 technology, and I think I have a short video that I made that'll be up or is already up, I don't know, about layer 2 and what that means and how that works. So subscribe to my channel so you can go to the subscription column and then find all of my videos. I make like 10 at a time, and then I take a break for a few weeks and come back. So anyways, when layer 2 automated market maker decentralized exchanges launch, that's a whole new ballgame. Now transaction fees are like pennies per trade. It can have even much bigger volume without slowing down. That's an opportunity for a new exchange to possibly leapfrog. Uniswap has been the leader. They know all about layer 2. They have great developers. They've been in this for a long time. Hayden Adams, who developed Uniswap, kid in college, wrote this program. He's smart. And you know why he's smart too? He just listens to Vitalik and does what's simple. That's how he did Uniswap. Vitalik said, I got an idea for a decentralized exchange. X times Y equals K. Just do that. Hayden Adams said, this sounds like fun. I think I'll work on that for a couple months. Launches it. Oops, king of the world. So whatever he's doing on layer 2, he's probably talked to some of these smart people, and he's smart enough to know to listen to the smart people. And I'm sure he's smart as well, but anyways. So if I had to make a bet, I bet you Uniswap is one of the first to launch on layer 2 and has one of the best ones, right? But I have no idea. And we need to watch for that so things can change quickly. Now, the point of this is, the reason I'm droning on about it is not just for its fun to see who the winner is, but Uniswap gave away their governance token for the Uniswap protocol. And they gave a lot to the community. If you have any wallets, a MetaMask wallet, and you've ever used Uniswap, just go to the Uniswap website, uniswap.io, or open up their app. Just go to Uniswap, and it just pops up and says, hey, you get 400 unis for free. And the Uniswap token now is $5, so that's $2,000 for free if you ever use their trading thing once. If you were a liquidity provider, you get even more. So that was very generous of them to give it away. Now, I've made videos talking about I don't like governance tokens in general. I don't. But I'm not dumping. They gave me free Uniswap. I don't know. Do I need to dump that right now? I don't think so for two reasons. One is I do love owning the king. These guys are the king, right? Until I see this shit shrinking, their lead shrinking, I don't mind holding it, even though I don't love governance tokens. The other thing is, not all governance tokens are created equally. And the question is, what kind of governance, what is the community able to control? And the real, a lot of the reason a lot of people hold these governance tokens is they think they're going to get a dividend in the future. And maybe it is. So I don't know. I don't really fully understand yet what the Uniswap governance token sort of what can the community control exactly? Is it controlling and is it just controlling this version 2? What happens when version 3 Uniswap comes out? Is it the same control? I don't know. I don't understand what the governance token really controls yet. If anyone has good information on it, you want to share it in the comments below, I can read or help explain it to the rest of us. That would be great, and we'll learn. But I'm not in a rush to dump this governance token, right? Now, if you didn't get any for free, do you buy it? I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I don't mind. I wouldn't. You might want to own a tiny bit because, like I said, I love owning the king. And this is the king of all apps on Ethereum. So they gave away the token, and Uniswap, every time, even this giveaway, it was done really well. And like I said, I mean, I can't complain. They're giving me free tokens that are worth something. Okay, we had the Coinbase discussion. Oh, now another thing. Talk about leapfrog. Talk about keep your eyes open. Fast moving space here. My boy, Andre Cronje. I also have a video talking about earning yield in Andre Cronje that if you subscribe, you won't miss. He is creating something. This is not out yet, and I might be just overly excited about something that hasn't launched, and maybe it's not going to work, or maybe it doesn't work the way I hope it works. But it looks like he's launching this AMM that would have two major innovations. One is, if you add liquidity to Uniswap, you have to add a pair of tokens. And you can have this thing called impermanent loss. Long story. I won't get into it here. But this system will allow you don't have to add a pair. You can just add a single token. Now, I'm not sure if there's some sort of impermanent loss. I think some of the volatility might be muted. I'm not sure how it works, to be honest, that part. Now, but the part I'm excited about with this is a stable coin so when you deposit money into this, it's a decentralized exchange. When you deposit your money, you get credit in a dollar peg token so if you deposit, say, $1,000 of Ethereum, you may have, $700 credit of a dollar peg token that you can use if you want. Now, you would need to repay it or part of it to take out your Ethereum. If you want to take all of that $1,000 of Ethereum out, you would need to, have that stable coin returned, right? But anyways, you could you could take that stable coin, and I don't think there's any interest rate on it. You might even be earning interest on the money you've deposited into stable credit, but you've got a dollar peg token that is redeemable for any of the tokens in the system. So the point I'm getting at here, one of the reasons I love this thing is not only is it possibly a better AMM, it creates, I think, the first dollar peg token that is fully redeemable for any token, at the current price of $1. You follow me there? Because DAI, for example, DAI, dollar peg token, is backed by Ethereum. You can't go and trade. You can't if DAI is trading at 99 cents, you can't, or let's say DAI is trading at 90 cents, you can't just go and take out $1's worth of Ethereum to balance it. That's why DAI can have trouble holding the peg. In the long run, if the whole thing collapses, you get the collateral of Ethereum, that's nice, but you can't just redeem it. And then you have USDC. Now that's not decentralized, so that's different, but you can go if you have an account at Coinbase, but that's a small market. That's not open to the world. You could go to Coinbase and you can get dollars for USDC. That's it. Okay? So what stablecredit is saying, if you have their dollar peg token, you can get any token for it. Anyone in the world can do it without even having an account and be redeemed in any token that exists. If I am correct about how this works, and it actually works, that's huge. I'm excited about it. So I am following that. And so this space is super exciting. We're going to look at these numbers. See how this is just April here and it looks like it's nothing. Or let's go to this one and look at well, that's 2 years ago. It just looks like it's nothing. A year from now, or maybe 2, this bar will also look like nothing, right? This is going to look like nothing because this growth is really fast. It's very exciting. We're talking about new technology that could never be done before that will disrupt all trading. The order book system, which is how all trading is done, is being disrupted. That's a big number. Very exciting. Let me know your thoughts. Thank you.